The reported remarks by India's Army Chief General Deepak Kapoor about the country's rejigging its war doctrine to the factor in the possibility of a two-front war with Pakistan and China continue to generate much heat in Pakistan, both in political and military circles. On the other hand, Indian political leaders are distancing themselves from the statement. There has been no comment from India's political leadership.
The Indian generals are not supposed to be making statements, and if at all they do make statements, that is in case of a war or in case of certain directly matters which affect the military, and that too with the permission of the political government.
In Pakistan, the Foreign Office and Pakistan Army were first to react strongly to the statement and said it betrays a hostile intent as well as a hegemonic and jingoistic mindset which is quite out of step with the realities of our time.
I think it was so uncalled for, it was provocative in its nature, it was unnecessary, especially at this time when the tensions between the two countries are so high.
Chief of the Army Staff General Ishfaq Parvez Kiani in his address to senior military officers at GHQ made it clear that proponents of conventional application of military forces in a nuclear overhang are chartering an adventurous and dangerous path, the consequences of which could be both unintended and uncontrollable. Defense analysts believe statement made by Indian Army Chief is very serious and would have far-reaching consequences on the security of the region.
Any sort of an escalation, even if it is a limited war, could lead to a situation where it would get uncontrollable. And so nuclear powers do not engage in even limited wars. They are very, very serious.
In the backdrop of the Indian Army Chief's statement, a meeting of Cabinet Committee on Defence was called. The committee expressed its resolve that Pakistan would take all appropriate measures to protect its frontiers against any aggression from eastern borders.
It is not merely a statement, it is something which they hope to achieve multiple purpose. I think first of all they want to ascertain as to what will be the Pakistani response. Number two, how will the international community respond to such kind of actualization of the Indian cold start doctrine. Now they want to actualize that. All the weapon systems they have been developing and the mechanized divisions which they have been bringing in to the Indian military, they want to see as to what will be Pakistan's logical response.
New Delhi ought to note that Pakistan Army is engaged in an all-out assault on the militants who are our mutual enemies.
They know that Pakistan is very much engaged in fighting, the insurgency in Fatah and in other places, and facing a lot of terrorist attacks. And India is also facing an insurgency. We need to focus on internal development, and at this time coming out with the statement was uncalled for.
Raising the temperature, hinting at war, no less serves no constructive purpose whatsoever at this critical juncture. It should be obvious that there can be no winners in a nuclear conflict between the two countries. Both will be wiped out. That much is guaranteed. Mateen Haider, Dawn News, Islamabad.